Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project365, episode 251, here with Amy Mandelbaum. Amy Mandelbaum. I screwed it up already. Amy Mandelbaum. Anyway, she's a master's athlete, an awesome one at that. How many times game athlete?
3 times.
3-time game athlete. And what we're talking about is taking care of kind of like the older or mature CrossFit athletes. You know, their tissues have changed a little bit, and their likelihood of getting injured is much more than, say, Alex Smith, who we had on last week. You know, much younger. It's just the pliability of which their tissues are. They have that gift of genetics, right?
Yes.
And so what happens is, as we get later on at the age, our tissues become a little bit more brittle. The tensile strength of them reduces, and we have a higher likelihood of getting injured. Now, what we're specifically talking about is injuries to the calf and Achilles area. And the reason why is I want to show you guys this something that's really cool. So come on down here. What we're going to have Amy do is we're just going to have her get onto a plate. We were talking about how when people jump, they oftentimes think that the calf takes up all the energy of when your ankle moves up and down, right? But I want you to pay attention to Amy's kind of big gastroc right here, okay? I just want you to jump up and down a couple times, and I want you to see how much her ankle is moving, right? But how little the calf tissue itself is moving. So what does that represent? What that represents is that most of the stretch doesn't necessarily come from the muscle itself here, or the tendon, obviously, but rather the myotendinous junction, where the muscle meets the tendon, and that's where all that stretch, all that stress kind of accumulates, and that's where that stretch kind of comes from. So what we need to do is we need to prepare this correctly, especially with everyone, not just the mature athlete, but with everyone, but especially with the mature athletes, because as their tensile strength decreases, this is the area that will become the weak link and will be likely for injury. So we're going to do a complete care package for the back of the calf here, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to start out. Amy's going to take off her shoe, and what we're going to start doing when we're warming up, say we're going to do a whole bunch of box jumps or something like that, you're going to see the first thing that we have her do is just start to roll out the back of the heel. And the reason why we're doing that is because the Achilles tendon comes down and wraps underneath the calcaneus right there, okay? So, and it kind of hooks on underneath. So that's the insertion point. It's really good. It's a really good idea to start taking care of where those tissues originate. And here's a spot that's often forgot about. So what she's going to do is she's going to grind here 2 to 4 minutes, okay? If she finds any 10s, she turns those into 5s. Once she does that, she's going to go ahead and sit down, okay? She's going to take 2 mobility balls, okay? What I want her to do is she's going to find that spot where where the bone that runs right down here, you can also see because she has a great striation, right? You're just going to kind of put that ball right in there. She's going to flop on over. She's going to press that down against the ground. And then with this ball right here, hold on, let everybody else see. See how the tibia is right there, that bone that comes in right here? We're just going to allow her to find that down there, and then that just falls off in. And then what we do is we kind of ratchet it down, okay? This bottom ball can also move. She can roll up and ratchet, 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 move up, ratchet, ratchet, okay? So show me once for yourself. For the lovely viewers at home, we're going to work on this here. So here, we're going to get here like this, and we're going to ratchet down like that.
Wow.
And then we're going to move up, and we're going to ratchet down, and we're going to move up. We're going to ratchet down. Now, if any spot becomes particularly tender, you can keep on doing that while we're doing that. If any spot becomes particularly tender, again, we find those 10s and we turn those into 5s, right? So once we mash both the bottom of the heel and basically where that muscle meets the Achilles tendon area, we're going to come up here and we're going to start some eccentric exercises. What I mean by eccentric exercises, it means that the tissue length will elongate as the muscle is still contracting. So what we're going to do is basically negatives. So what Amy's going to do is she's going to come up on 2 toes, right? She's going to, say we're working on this left one, she's going to unload her good leg or the right leg, and she's going to slowly come down all the way to where the heel becomes into a stretch position. I like to use 2 plates, but if you have limited ankle mobility, you're only going to use 1, okay? So then once she's there, she's going to reload with both legs, come all the way back up, come off onto the other, and down. Ideally, what we want to do is collect 30 continuous reps at about a 3-second pace on the way down. It's a burning sensation that we're looking to get. It's not a pump in the calf. So she should have some burning after about 5 or 6 reps, but she'll continue until allow that burning sensation to continue. At no time do we want to like really get a lot of pain. So if that happens, then we're gonna stop those reps. Ideally, obviously, we're gonna do this to both legs, right? So we'll do 30 reps on each side. From then on, all we're gonna do from there, and this is one that I didn't necessarily show her, so I just want to show you guys real quick. We're gonna do little mini jumps. Okay, so after we did all that, we just want to do. Say we're warming up for box jumps right here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do these like little mini jumps like such, and you'll notice I kind of have like this hopscotch skip right in between, and all I'm doing is loading and unloading the calf. I would do about 2 minutes of that, right? And then I can go into my box jumps, and that would be my warm-up for my box jumps. When I got done, it's important to gain or to gather all that elasticity that we kind of built up and we warmed up all that tissue. So why not keep that, and we could just go right into our regular wall stretch or a corner wall stretch. And that's just this right here, where we take our heel and we get it as close to the corner of the wall as we can, and we just bring our whole entire body there. Now, when we did these static stretch, we want to be able to hold that for a minimum of 30 seconds, ideally about 60, okay? And then from there on, that would be our care package for that lower extremity, that lower quadrant, right from the calf down to the bottom of the ankle. Any questions, any comments?
No, that's awesome. No.
Man, I'm all out of breath. Guys, best of luck with the rest of the Open. Amy, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And
have a great day.
Guys, until tomorrow, we're optimizing function to optimize performance.